Yeah, people, welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. It's been a minute, international break and all that, but it feels good to be back. What you telling me, Jalil? How you doing, bro?
Yeah, man, it's good to be back, but it's at a bad stage. You get it, like I'm all gassing the 8 wins and that, but I guess we'll get into it in that. But yeah, it's good to be back. All you boys are good, man.
Yeah, man, no, 100%. Everyone's good. Rash, what you telling me, my bro?
Alhamdulillah. Seems like we've been gone for a long time, but we are back, and there's
Come
a
on.
lot to discuss. And I ain't even taking the whooping from Liverpool too hard. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, a
There's
lot
bigger
of
fish to fry in this conversation today. But let's get into it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And obviously, Jeff, what you saying, my man?
All good, man. Interesting week of football, I'll say that.
Yeah, interesting week of football. I don't think it's over yet if you see some of the stuff with Pochettino and Zidane, but we'll touch on that later.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Funny.
last but not least, big up our special guest today, Mr. Grizz Khan. How you doing, my man?
All good, my brother. Alhamdulillah as well, bro. Always alhamdulillah first. I should have said that first, so I deserve a virtual slap. But it's so good, man. It's so good. Thank you for having me on, bro, people, man.
Nah, no worries, man. It's our pleasure to have you on. Obviously, people, as you tune in, make sure to smash a like, subscribe. Grizz's channel as well is pinned on here, so go show him love. He's just hit 6K, so he's smashing it. Obviously, you guys will know him from the Big Six as well, which he's got on later tonight. So go and check that out too. It's 10 o'clock as usual, Grizz.
Yes, bro. 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fireworks tonight. Still,
Yeah, it's gonna be good tonight. Still, it's gonna be good tonight.
Big up, Saeed.
He's not gonna be. Put it this way, he's not gonna be wearing a balaclava tonight. He's happy.
Yeah, he's happy tonight. Yeah, I saw
last few weeks, man's been coming in all different forms of disguises and all sorts, man. Balaclavas and shit, but he's a happy man. I don't know what Skullfugger's got lined up for him today, but let's see.
Yeah, no, Skullfugger's been clipping everyone still, but yeah, man. But let's get into obviously the main topic, which is we're gonna start with Liverpool Arsenal. Obviously, Liverpool smashing Arsenal 4-0 at Anfield. I think at halftime people thought this might be a bit different to the usual pace things that Arsenal get, but at the end, it probably wasn't. It could have been, probably should have been more than 3-0. 4-0, sorry. And yeah, Liverpool were very, very, very comfortable winners. So I guess obviously, Grizz, as the guest, as a Liverpool fan, talk to me about the game from your perspective before we, from the Arsenal end, give you our take.
You know what? I got a feeling our takes are going to match. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. You know, I was saying, like, you know how kids look forward to Christmas or Eid or Diwali? Yeah. That's how we look forward to Arsenal coming to Anfield. Like, but it's true. I'm sorry. But it's true, though, isn't it? That's how we look forward to it. I'm sorry to say, it is what it is. Like, I don't care how we playing, how you guys are playing. I don't care where in the table, how many injuries we got, how many injuries you might have, or form players, whatever. And I mean, it's Eid, isn't it? We feast. And okay, for the first 20, 30 minutes, I was at the game and I was, my friend, I had one friend over from USA and he was like, shit, man, atmosphere's a bit quiet. This is a bit Arsenal. You said Arsenal. You said we're gonna smash Arsenal. It's the game worth coming over for. I just spent bucks coming over for this game. I said, relax, just relax. You know what I mean? Something's gonna light the stadium up. Something's gonna happen. Like it's gonna be a tackle, it's gonna be a shot, or it's gonna be a save or something. But it was your manager. You know what I mean? Your manager decided to start on a great manager. Yeah.
Do you see the perspective? Do you guys just see the perspective?
But why did he choose? I mean, I don't know. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about why he done that. Why did he choose violence at Anfield?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna
Worst ground, because as soon as he done that, everyone went mad. Everyone around, we were baying for blood. Suddenly the temperature rose because it was freezing, right? But we just went mad. And from 35, 40 minutes onwards, we were like men possessed. And look, no disrespect for Arsenal. No one can handle us like that. No one. Like City found out. Do you remember after halftime when they gave us a footballing lesson in that first half? And then that second half, we raised it. No one can live with us when we're like that, man. Madrids and your AC Milans and all sorts, man. So we raised it. And I was telling Arsenal people that this is the worst time to play us because West Ham humbled us and Brighton before that. So we came out hungry. And when we're like that, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and I think you make a great point there. I think one of the things as well that I think helped Liverpool as well was, in a weird way, was the international break. Obviously, most of your players would have played internationals, obviously top players, but obviously when you go internationally, it's a different intensity to how Liverpool play, very, very high intense. And I just feel like after that first 30 minutes of the game just being played at a relatively slow pace, once you guys picked it up and you flicked the switch, the game was over because we couldn't get out, especially second half. We could not. In fact, even first half, really, we couldn't really get out. We had like 2 moments in the whole game. So that's where I want to come to you, Jalil. Like, you know me, I was in the group chat. I was very critical of what Arteta was doing because I could see from minute one we had no way of getting out. Two people in the middle didn't make sense to me. And like obviously Aubameyang, MIA again. No surprise in a big game. So I'm just looking at it from an Arsenal perspective and thinking, if this was meant to be a good time to play Liverpool, we just sat back and just let ourselves get beat. But what do you think?
No, I hear that. For me, my thing was we're on a good run, and we can see that Liverpool potentially they're leaking, man. Look at the way they were against West Ham and that. But then you kind of look at the kind of aggressive plays they got, and then you look at our players and stuff. And do you know what? Funny thing is, like I remember watching the Big Six, with Grizz and Turkish said to Grizz, right, that this is a free hit. Remember he said that to you. It doesn't mind if it's a free hit. You don't mind losing. I remember him saying that, and I was thinking, Turkish, what do you mean, man? We eight games unbeaten. Liverpool just got dealt with. We should be able to do the business. But then it all made sense in a run because if you look at the bigger picture, the teams that are beating us is the top four. And obviously Brentford, they're not top four, but we got hit by them. We weren't meant to lose. But everyone else in the top four, you could count. Some people count Spurs to be in the top four in their top four. Some people say that.
We know why.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? So to play Liverpool and lose, we're not that good to even come up against them and stuff. But when I looked at the individual stats and stuff, like Salah only won like 10% of his duels. Like Ben White won all of his headers. Like our left back, Tyrese, can't pronounce it. I don't know what it. He won 80% of his duels against Trent and Salah. But then when I was looking at the stats, I was thinking, cool. What Gabriel got made 5 tackles. I'm looking at the stats and thinking, these were all made in the first half. Like majority of them. Do you know what I mean? When we potentially weren't a good run in that. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you look at everything, the majority of goals came from, again, our mistakes. You know, could we have kept a draw? You know, if we kept our heads, but I don't know, man. I don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting to lose, man. I'm sorry, man. I know what Grizz was saying, that it's an easy game for them, but I wasn't expecting a battering, man. No way was I, man. I was expecting to at least keep a clean sheet, or if not, to do the business and stuff. But unfortunately, our players didn't turn up, man. Playing 2 in the midfield was silly because you know that's their game. I would have packed out. I would have played 3 at the back and then wing backs, and then I would have packed out the midfield. As usual, and do that play through the middle, and we've got a wing back to do the business. I would have done a lot of different stuff compared to what Mikel done. Unfortunately, he didn't play the right games. And trying to step to Klopp in their own backyard. It's like me going up to Birmingham with just 3 of my guys and, seeing a group of 20 guys and saying, what is it? What time is it? And everyone knows I'm a nutcase anyway. But even I know not to do that.
Have you done that before, Joe?
You know I have. The point is, sometimes you need to know when to do it. And that was perfect for Mikel. Having Anfield that quiet, you should have just left it that way. But to step to my man, Klopp just said, all right, cool, say nothing. I'm going to call my young shooters up. You, man, let's rally the troops. The whole crowd went nuts. I was thinking, yeah, it's long. So I was expecting 4. I wasn't expecting 4. Like, what's the first goal winning? 2-0, 3-0. To get the 4th one, we just all dropped our heads, and then it's that mentality again when we leak goals, it just carries on leaking and stuff. It's a bit upsetting to see from a team like this. But at the end of the day, we're coming up against a team that is the best probably pressing team in Europe, arguably. I don't know anyone who presses like that, man. Compared unless other than City and maybe Chelsea's up there, but the best pressing team I've ever seen is Liverpool. And to leak goals like that, I'm not surprised, man. If we was gonna lose, I wasn't expecting to lose that bad, but we move, man. We move.
Yeah, no, 100%. Let me read out some of the comments. Obviously, people smash the likes, subscribe if you're new, and go check out Grizz's channel as well. Big up Falak in the building saying, good evening, gentlemen. How are we this evening? What's good, John Jalil? She spelled your name right this time.
I know, I see it. That's why I'm smiling.
And of course, Rash, also, hi, new person. New person is Grizz. Big him up. Big up HR in the building. Hope you're good. Saying, what Grizz? Proper Liverpool fan, yeah. Obviously, Grizz is a big Liverpool fan. So obviously in the building. So Rash, man, let me come to you because obviously one of the things you said at the beginning is that the result didn't hit you hard. That's again one of my problems with Arsenal fans is that I can't believe easy Arsenal fans accept this 4-0. We got battered 4-0. I've never seen Arsenal fans accept it this easy. So I want to hear from you because you're a bit more like me. You're a bit harsher like me. I want to hear from you why you've now gone down to Jalil and Jeff's level.
All right. So look, in regards to the game, I think Arsenal made a good account of themselves for about half an hour. Yeah, I think they done well closing the gaps, making it hard for Liverpool to press forward in their attack, hitting some counters over the top as well a few times, and playing some balls through on the right hand side through to Sacco in the early stages of the game. It was yeah, you spelled it right this time. Don't worry. I think in the early parts of the game it was all right, and I think we done really well to close things up, make it a bit difficult for Liverpool. They're always going to be the dominating team. They're always going to dominate possession, and they were always going to dominate the chances. With people saying that this was Arsenal's chance to take points off of Liverpool because they buckled at West Ham, I think that's rubbish to me. Sorry, like Liverpool have been showing consistency. Mo Salah has been showing consistency. Mane has been showing consistency. Like the team are playing very well. So Trent's playing actually phenomenal. Yeah, I think he's really just showing himself and he's doing it humbly, which is brilliant. Yeah, so with anyone who thought that we was coming to take any points from Liverpool, they're silly. I'm silly. I said we're gonna draw 2-2. I'm silly. All right. Yeah, but that wasn't me speaking. That was like that was like 18-year-old Rash speaking. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Maybe we got a chance because back then we did. Liverpool were our sons back then. Do you know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is that the 4-0 pasting, of course, I didn't expect us to get smoked like that. It would have been better if we didn't because, the defense has been playing really well recently. Yeah, and Ramsdale's been playing really good between the sticks. Actually, I don't think he had a bad game as well against Liverpool. There was a few fumbles where rather than catch it, it hit his chest, but he made up for it. He made a lot of good recoveries. And to be honest, if it wasn't for him, it would have been 7-0. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's why I'm not too, we got smoked. Like, come on, we got shown a lesson. Like, we've been playing well. We've had a bit of consistency. We've won a few games. We've drawn with, we haven't lost. And it's been good. So maybe we needed this to happen to show the levels. Okay, look, this is the levels where we need to try and beat. We've got a lot of new people in the Arsenal squad. Do you know what I mean? And they haven't really come across the levels of performance that we have to get to in order to be competing again.
That's a
This
great
was
point. That's a great point, because if you deep it, if you analyze it, go through your team. How many of them have even sampled Anfield before?
exactly.
How many have even really played much football?
How
They're
many
all
of them have
young.
played real football?
So
You know what I'm trying to
Tomiyasu
say?
ain't played there.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Tavares
Your
hasn't.
Tavares,
Tavares hasn't.
No.
Lokonga
Sammy
hasn't.
Lokonga, what's
Lokonga
his name?
hasn't. Yeah,
Lokonga
Sambi
hasn't.
Kulakonga hasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Smith Rowe probably his debut at Anfield probably.
Yeah.
Likely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Saka. Did he play there last season? Maybe Saka might
Yeah,
have
he
played.
did.
Probably.
He
Probably.
did. But
Even
That's 4 or 5 man there. That
but
yeah,
even for someone like Ben White, it's different playing at Anfield for Brighton than it is for
all right,
Arsenal.
exactly. So
Different.
in reality, they could have been feeling themselves right now because they've been doing well. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? But right now, all of those guys needed to see what the levels and the caliber is in order to compete and to say that we are even a top 6 club, let alone top 4, or even competing for the title. We needed this. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because now they know what they're going to have to be up against when they're playing the top boys. But I don't think it's something that they can't bounce back from. I've seen a different attitude with Arsenal. They seem to be taking on the chin and be like, okay, we got thumped up. Let's go again next week, and it's a new page. And I've heard that from a number of the players of post-match interviews. And so one thing that they've always been lacking is a mentality, and it seems to me like Arteta's kind of building something that is sustainable with them young lads. But in regards to the game, Arsenal did well first half an hour, and then it was just Liverpool. Arsenal did well to contain them for the first half. Second half though, Liverpool are unplayable. Name one team that could play against them like that when they're in that type of mood and when the fans are behind them the way that they were. Yeah, they're unstoppable. Every time we got the ball, we lost the ball. We couldn't even make 2 passes. They were playing traps with our midfield, and we was just doing the same thing, running straight into it. They were making it narrow, and then that was it. They were just grabbing the ball from us and then going on the attack. It was just predictable but beautiful to watch as well. And as from a football fan, just to see brilliant football, do you know what I'm trying to say, at its best. And I mean, if anyone can name me a squad that can play against Liverpool when they're playing that type of football, you know what I'm trying to say? I'll give them all the money in my bank. I ain't got a lot right now, but you know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think Arsenal, like, yeah, they got smoked, but considering what it could have been, I'm happy it wasn't what it could have been. And I think just Liverpool are just amazing right now to watch.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Liverpool are a much better team than Arsenal. I don't think anyone can even debate that. Obviously, looking at some content that was out there, I saw quite a few Liverpool Arsenal combined 11s, and I was just laughing because there were way too many Arsenal players getting in the team. But again, recency bias always plays a part. But yeah, I think Liverpool were always going to win this game. My issue was just with I feel like Arsenal could have made a better account of themselves. So I literally just feel like we didn't even try. To be honest, we didn't give Liverpool any threat apart from I think one shot. Maybe Aubameyang had and Alisson saved it. Other than that, we had nothing.
Can I
That's why,
just add before we
yeah,
go on
go
to
on.
Jeff though? Look, there was a few Arsenal players that wasn't up to the races, and I'm glad that they came because these were names that was being mentioned as, hey, maybe these guys should be starters. But
Mm.
when you saw them up against the Liverpool squad, they were out of depth, and it wasn't even in like for instance Tavares. He actually did all right against Salah because
Defensively, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
defensively, Salah tried a lot of time, and he got the ball a lot of the time, and Trent as well. He done quite well against them.
Yeah.
However, when he got the ball, he give it back. There
Yeah.
was, I think he was responsible for 2 of their goals that they scored actually, and there was another one where he played it back into across the field, and they went on another attack through Jota. Like
Yeah,
he was
Jota, yeah.
just, he was just doing nervous balls, reckless things, and he will ruin the good thing that he did by winning the ball by then giving it
Giving it
away
back.
straight away. And he wouldn't just give it away; he'd play them into a good pass. Do you know what I mean? He'll put a good ball through for them to go on the attack. And that was a problem. I saw too much of that, too much losing of the ball. It just was very amateur. Lokonga, he tried, but I just think he was out of his depth as well. Partey and that they just had no. There was no midfield. It was Liverpool's midfield.
Yeah,
So,
no.
Can I add to that as well? Because that's a good thing. Because Lokonga and Partey, I think, only made one tackle each from the stats I looked at. I know just to go back here. Individual battles at the back, right? Individual battles at the back. I think individually they all won theirs, right? They all won theirs. However, Liverpool just showed you what it's like to play as a team. Even though Salah didn't win his individual battles, leaving the Trent, they still got assists. Trent got 2 assists, if I'm not mistaken. Salah got 1 assist. Did Salah score?
Yeah, Salah scored, yeah.
From a man assist.
Yeah, and you lost your individual battles against one man who's your main rival, but as a team, they just killed us, bro. That's all it was, simple.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think, to be honest, second half Liverpool were quite clever because Salah started picking up different types of pockets of spaces, and he was actually creating a lot of chances. Like he set up Jota a couple of times where Jota's touch was poor, and usually Jota's been in that. So, and then obviously Trent on the over. You know what's funny? Yeah, when Trent gets on the overlap and like Salah plays it in, if it's like a cross that's going to be slidden through, it's almost guaranteed with Trent 10 out of 10 times it's going to find the man. Like his crossing low across the box is perfect. So
that ball to Minamino was just stupid.
And you knew he was going to do it. So that thing to Trent, like he's on mad form right now, and it's funny because I saw an article the other day saying he still might not make the England squad for the World Cup, and he's never going to make it then. So, but Southgate in there. Let's not talk about Southgate. So, Jeff, man, Arsenal. What are you telling me, man? What are you telling me?
It's kind of like what we've had this conversation many times, man. Like Arsenal fans, don't get carried away. Like 8 wins don't mean nothing. Like our team is a very young, naive team. Like you're gonna get these humblings. This is not gonna be the only one this season. There's gonna be more of this for anyone who's disillusioned. Like there's gonna be more of this, and this team needs it to build character. Unfortunately, the second half, the performance was disappointing because that mistake so early into the second half kind of just killed it. I think it could have been less. Maybe we could have nicked a goal. I don't know, but you could see everyone's reaction when that pass went to Jota and he went round to Ramsdale. It was just like, all right, cool. This game's over. You can see everyone was already thinking about Newcastle. But like,
I just don't know how he missed 4 of his own players and played in Jota.
You guys know, like I'd prefer like. To me, Tavares shouldn't start. It's Tierney, but I'm not even going to blame him. It's just it's a young player it's his first time in the league. These things are going to happen, man. Like I'm just happy you fought through it. You continue to try and impose yourself in the game. So I'm not completely upset. Like Lokonga as well. There's been a few times this season where you're almost receiving it too comfortably on a half turn. You're not really looking. And they keep picking your pocket. Like it's kind of like his performance. Kind of remember when Ceballos had that difficult game against Liverpool, and we lost like 3-1. Same game, same kind of game. Like,
but that was the end of Ceballos.
Yeah,
that was the end for Ceballos. After that game, it was never the same for Arsenal.
But it's a similar thing. Like they came in good form. They're good play. Their attributes are on the ball, but in those kind of games, I guess it's just you won't know till you're in it. Like with those kind of teams, like you might think you have more time than you actually have. So you might think you can receive on a half turn. You got Fabinho clipping at your heels. You got Salah clipping at your heels. Jota clipping at your heels, and you're just gonna get pickpocketed all day. So that's kind of like those big learning curves. Like, don't get me wrong, still good players, but need to remember that they're young players. They've got a lot to learn. Like Lokonga is 21, if I'm not mistaken. Tavares is 20 or 21. So these things are gonna happen. Even Ramsdale, like, don't get me wrong, he's had a good start. I'm just gonna say good. I'm not gonna go and say outstanding. I'm not gonna say amazing. Just put it in context. It's good.
Thank you.
I like him. I'm gonna outside of like the shot stopping, I just like his character. Like he brings something to that back line. He speaks. He's quite commanding for a young goalkeeper, and his head doesn't go down when mistakes happen. Like I think that first goal, maybe you could have saved it. But downward headers are also a little bit difficult. So I'm not gonna scrutinize you for it, but it's just one of those learning curves, man. Like a lot of those players, it's just a big learning curve for you. I say that the Lacazette, Aubameyang thing, and briefly spoke about in our other group. Against smaller teams, it'll work, and it'll work well. Against other opposition, it's not going to work the same, unfortunately. You're not going to be afforded the same amount of time to connect. And that's why someone like Aubameyang ends up looking sheepish and alone up front, because, again, I'll just say this, like, he doesn't do anything apart from score goals. And we know that. We should all know that by now. Like, he is an out-and-out goal scorer. He's not an amazing football player. He's not going to link the play amazingly. 8 times out of 10, if you put him through on goal, he might score. That's what it is. And if he doesn't get the ball, then you're reduced to one chance, which he got, and Anderson saved it. But yeah, a lot of those young players is just learning curves. Even Smith Rowe, Saka, they don't get me wrong, they've been here before, like they played in a lot of these kind of games, but it's just another learning curve. Like this Arsenal team, guess Arteta has a view of where you would like to get to, but this is just a reminder that there's killers in this league. Like Liverpool are killers. Like you make any mistake, you're getting punished. Like you might play against a Wolves or something, and you make a mistake. Like I see Jimenez missed a sitter the other day. Like teams like that, you might get let off. It's not gonna happen against them. Like they're gonna bury you. So this young team, it's gonna happen more times this season. I think it was more the individual mistakes that killed the game than anything else. Personally,
but there was a few good performances as well. You know,
I think
I have to say.
To me, I'll say that I think Ben White's been really good so far. I've enjoyed how he's played. Gabriel too, like them as a partnership. I think it could go somewhere. Not right now. It's working at the moment, but I think a year or two more, that'll be a nice partnership. I wasn't upset with Tomiyasu either. I thought he did what you could do against Mane and Co. And whoever ends up in that left channel. But yeah, man, I'd say I'm a little disappointed with the second half display, just because that mistake so early on, it kind of killed the mood as a team. There was still some players that gave some good accounts of themselves, but that kind of killed it. But hey, listen, man, we've been here many times with Liverpool. We've lost 5-1 how many times? We lost 3-0 how many times? 3-1 how many times?
Nothing new.
Like this, at least, I'll say this, it is kind of a defeatist comment, I'll say, but at least there were 40 minutes where there was an okay account of yourself at Anfield. Normally, I'm sure I've seen Sturridge and them and score like 4 goals in 19 minutes. And we're 4-0 down. It's like, come on, man. So at least with this, like that was with more senior players, like who should know better. These are 22, 23-year-olds. So that's the positive I take out of it. But yeah, for any Arsenal fans who think that we're a top 4 club, like I see that media cycles, just relax, please. Like we're gonna get more of these humblings. Like it's gonna happen.
No, 100%, man, 100%. Keeping it real. 11 people in the building. Smash the likes. Subscribe if you're new. Go check out Grizz's channel as always. Big up YO in the building, saying Arsenal got peppered up for talking too much. Hey, it was a humbling. We weren't talking too much.
Who's talking?
But we know what most Arsenal fans are like. We are.
If anything, I was probably more gassed about Palace than anything.
Yeah. We got Palace, by the way. They're doing well. YO saying Grizz, my guy. They got them on the building from the Near Post podcast. Let's be honest, it could have been 6 or 7 Arsenal still cowards or have that soft touch. Ben White, horrendous in my opinion. And you see, that's the pure football perspective. Jeff is bigging them up 1 second, one guy's calling them horrendous, and that's just how the game goes. So, but I mean, Chris, coming back to you, obviously, Thiago played that game 90 minutes. I saw a stat that when him and Fabinho play, you've won like 92% of your games or something. Obviously, I think we're all here huge Thiago fans. We know what an unbelievable player he is. Like, what are your thoughts on him? Because I know some Liverpool fans started turning on him, but I still think he's world class, undisputed. What do you think?
Yeah, look, if anyone's turning on Thiago and if anyone doesn't rate Thiago, then don't talk football to them.
Yeah,
like talk cricket, talk basketball, talk whatever you want. Don't talk football. If anyone don't know what Thiago is or what he does, he may not have What I will say, he may not have shown his full repertoire while he's been with us.
Yeah.
But have you forgotten the Everton? No, sorry, Richarlison nearly broke his leg in half in the second game of the season. He literally broke his. He was out for 3 months. Then he came back, got COVID. Then on top of that, remember he's playing in a season where it's COVID around. There's no ground. There's no spectators. He's not able to take his family out and about.
Yeah.
He's just been dumped into a room. He can't see his teammates just for training. Like they were changing. They were getting changed in separate rooms and shit. Like, what kind of environment is that to come into?
Yeah.
But saying all that, he turned up in the last 10 games when every man, you mans must have been laughing that we're not getting top 4.
Yeah, 100.
It was dead. There was no chance. We were dead. We were dead. We were not going to get top 4. Everyone was laughing at us. We were 10 points behind with 10 games to go. And this man literally stood up in midfield and ran those last 10 games and got us into midfield. And he's not as young as he was. He does get little niggly injuries. He's been getting them throughout his career.
Yeah.
But you have to see him live to appreciate what he is, man.
That's our artist.
One of my guys on my show last night called him the owl. Like, he was like an owl. Before he gets the ball, after he gets the ball, he's like looking everywhere. He's like, you know, like how owls turn their heads. He's like he sees everything all around him. And his touch is immaculate, man. You know how we try to think we can play ball and we pull out a ball at the air on our 6-a-side and we think, yeah, and everyone just like, yeah, that's our touch for the session. Whole session. We're talking about that. Yeah. This guy, man, you need to see, this guy does this with his eyes closed. Like, I'm serious, with eyes closed. Watching him warming up was an education for me. Like, you know, warm-ups, these mans were doing like obviously you get half a pitch. Yeah. And him and Fabinho were doing, like, Fabinho was kicking it to him. He was chesting it and hitting it in the heart on the volley back to him.
On the volley back, yeah.
And Fabinho could do it, but you know, Fabinho was stretching and like just about doing it. This guy was doing it with his shoulder. Yeah. He kept doing it with his shoulder and he was playing to the crowd and we were like watching him. Then he was doing it with his head, like controlling it with his head, then volleying it back to him. This guy's magic, man. Look, the only thing is he needs to be more available for us. Liverpool fans are frustrated because we want to see more. We want more. But when he plays, and when he plays with Fabinho, who, you know, I mean, I've done a few combined 11s and how Fabinho doesn't get into most combined 11s in the league, I don't know. I mean, the only man who can talk to him, in my opinion, from a DM level is Rodri at City, who's big at the moment, who's playing big boy football. But Fabinho is sick. I saw him in midweek when he played for Brazil, and he didn't give Messi a sniff. Like, and even when Messi came to Anfield, do you remember when we bust him up 4-0? Yeah. Fabinho got a yellow card after 15 minutes, people. After 15 minutes, you're playing against Suarez, Coutinho, Messi, and he still ran that show. This guy's Fabinho is a bad boy, but he's been inconsistent as well. I'm not going to sit here and say he's been brilliant. He's been inconsistent. Against West Ham, he was dirt. He was so rubbish against West Ham. So rubbish. It looked like he was walking, like he was running in quicksand. Like, we couldn't work out why he's so slow.
Just got back from injury, though.
He does slow. When he comes back, that's one thing about him. He does need a few games to get circulation for him. Like, you know, he's quite lanky in it. Like, he's like, so, you know, he needs a bit of time for that, get that blood circulating. But he had that game against Brazil, and then he was ready. And he was ready. Yesterday, he was like a one-man wrecking machine, man. He didn't let Lacazette move. He didn't get Lacazette out of his sight. No. Like, Lacazette was trying to get spaces all around the pitch, but this guy was just like, you ain't moving today. And that's what caused us to keep you penned in. You couldn't get out. No. Normally, Lacazette uses his bum in it. He's quite good at holding up the ball. And you know he can bring up players, because I used to like Lacazette. You know what I mean? When he was linked with us before he came to you guys, and you know, I thought, this guy could do a job for us. But he couldn't hold the ball up because Fabinho was on his back. So Fabinho and Thiago, when they played, that's when I knew. That's why I told people that I'm telling you guys, doesn't matter if Partey's playing or not. If Fabinho and Thiago are playing, none of your midfielders on your books will be able to handle it. Your defense, I agree with what you man's been saying about your defense. I thought individually they were very good. I thought Tomiyasu gave Mane one of the hardest games I've seen in that first half, especially got him ruffled up. Mane does that stupid tackle.
Yeah.
Ben White, a certain man was, I see that comment earlier, cussing Ben White. I thought Ben White was solid in that first 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, he was.
And Gabriel, I rate highly. I think he's been a revelation for you lot. He's still young, man. I didn't know how, you know what I mean? He's still fairly young. I didn't know.
Young, but
he looks old, isn't it? He looks like he's got this maturity to his play.
It's the hairline, man. It's the hairline.
Yeah. There was one time he was talking to Mane on the side. He wants to go to get to Mane's specialist, and Mane's got his hairline back, man. He was talking to him, and I was thinking that's what the conversation could be. You know what I mean?
Gabriel brings it back. He like you never see a guy with a hairline like that at that age since like the 80s. Since the 80s. You know that in the 70s and the 80s that was like everyone's hairline and they were 17.
Hairline is smoke.
You know what?
Go check your dad's pics.
You touched on a good point there actually around Mane, because I think there's still been a few little chat about Mane this season, even though he's been scoring. I actually thought the second half on Saturday is the closest he started looking like Mane, like
spot on.
Like he was very comfortable in his dribbling. He looked assured, and I was like, okay, if he's back at that level, yeah, there's gonna be problems.
I've been holding a bit of stick from Liverpool fans because at the start of the season I said, and all I said was, and you know how people just take bits out of what you say. What I said was, Mane, the levels he's reached last few seasons has been top 5 attackers in world football, right? Top 5. He's not at that level anymore. He will never, in my opinion, he will never reach those levels because man's played a lot of football. It's wear and tear, especially the way he plays. That first half epitomized, Mane. Like he couldn't. He had, how Lukaku's touch was at United. Like I know he's improved a bit.
Yeah.
Like we were laughing as little fans. He couldn't trap a ball. Nothing. Everything was bouncing off him. Every time he tried dribble, he was losing it. It was like this. You know what I mean? So all I said was Mane never going to see peak Mane because that was one of the best attackers in world football. Mane doesn't mean he's crap now. I'm just saying he's not at that level. So it doesn't mean because he was elite, doesn't mean he's still very, very good. I'm just saying he's never going to. And people are like, oh, Grizz said we should sell him. Grizz said he's finished. I never said he's finished. I just said he's never going to reach them levels. But I totally agree with you, John. In that second half, he showed something, man. He showed something. And you know what? Earlier you lot asking me off air, favorite player, Mane's up there, because he's a lion heart. Yeah. He can be having a bad game. He could be but he's a warrior. And, he's not tall, he's only about 5'9" or something, 5'8". But how many headers he gets and how strong he is. Not many can shift him off the ball, He's got pure African brute strength in him, bro. I'm not even joking. I'm telling you, raw energy.
Apparently, there's rumors that he wants a Salah type contract. What are you thinking about that, Grizz? Like, obviously, I don't. Yeah, what do you think?
Look, he's same boat as Firmino and Salah. All our strikers got 18 months left. Salah's deal is done. Mane's every right to ask for paper, man. He can't be asking Salah paper because that brother's gone every season. He's gone to another level where Mane's dropped a little level. Yeah, so he can't be. But he deserves to ask, and his agent deserve to ask for whatever they want, man. And it's up to us to offer it. It's a tricky one, It's a sticky one. I don't know what we're gonna
do. What would be your ceiling for him per week?
Don't know, man. This day and age, man. Random players are earning X. You know what I mean? Like far lesser players. And this guy's Rashford a soldier.
250.
And look, talk to me about Rashford and Mane. What's Rashford done last 4 or 5 seasons? Look what Mane's done last 4. Premier League, Champions League. He shines. He don't give up. No, he's such a warrior, man. Every team must have a Mane in there. You know what I mean? He's a pure lion. So for all the effort, and you know what? He's not on high wages, at Liverpool. He's a humble guy.
No,
he's never demanded it. And if he's demanding it for the first time in his life, big ups to him, man. I'd give him, you know what I mean? I'd give him up to 250, 200. I'm serious. A lot of Liverpool fans would say, what? I would.
I'd give him more.
Exactly.
You could even get
You know
more.
what I'm saying? Just saying, like, I would.
PSG will give him the money. I think when Real Madrid and Barca get back on the road, I think they'll give him that kind of money.
They will.
I don't think he'd go PSG though. He ain't that type of player.
I'm just trying to say the kind of clubs that would give
right,
that kind of money. Yeah,
you're right. I mean,
but then again, it's true though. If you start thinking about what kind of clubs he would go to them, I don't know. Like, where can he go from Liverpool?
And that might be the problem for him.
Barca. They're rebuilding.
Yeah, but no, check it. You would. Why is he going to go to Barca right now? Why is he going to do that? Not for glory. He'll be going there for what? No reason.
He's not a paper chaser. He wouldn't go there for chase paper.
They're rebuilding, no?
I can see the PSG though.
Slowly.
I tell you why I can see the PSG. I tell you why. He's got hella family in France still. All his family in France, and he's always said, you know what I mean. He started, you know what I mean. I think he would go to France, you know.
And you know what? With how PSG are, if Mbappe leaves, the fact that, let's face it, PSG's from free, none of them are interested in anything defensively whatsoever. Mane could actually be what they need in terms of some sort of glue, in terms of, I'm just gonna make runs in behind, I'm gonna defend. Messi gets the ball, Neymar, they play me through, I'm gonna score. So Mbappe's
leaving next season as well.
Mbappe's gone.
He's out.
He's
so
gone.
there you go. So that could
They need
be
a replacement. They need a replacement.
And that could be the ideal replacement. I'm thinking in world football, who else could remotely do that job on that left? And Sadio stands out. I mean, I'm no way saying I'd sell him, or I'm even suggesting it, but I'm saying, you know, because one of them's not going to get a deal. I personally think it's going to be Bobby. That's not going to get the deal. You know what I mean? But if Sadio don't agree, we're not letting him go on a free. We're not going to let him run his contract down 18 months. So it's a bit of a sticky one, you know. A lot of Liverpool fans don't want to touch upon it because it's like, you know, I mean, it could bring tears to my eyes, man. Sadio is my boy, man.
I think in the end, Mane will accept a little bit less than his market value.
Probably.
I think.
Hopefully, man. Inshallah, man. Yeah, hopefully.
He'll do that still. But let me read out some of the comments. Big up Naples podcast. Make sure to go subscribe to them. Big them up saying, what has happened to Alba? Low key, the next Ozil for you looks like he's not trying. It's not a bad comparison. Since he signed the contract, it's been shocking.
Hasn't he been trying recently, though?
Yeah,
he's been trying.
That's what I'm confused about.
He's been putting a bit of legs in. Last few games, he's been putting legs in, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, I think it's just because it's one bad game, they see what they saw last season and they link it back to that. I don't think so far this season he's been trying, so I don't really. It's only one game, so I don't know. Just feel like we're going back to last season.
I think what you said earlier, Jeff, is spot on. Aubameyang is a player that he's a pure goal scorer. He doesn't score. He doesn't contribute anything. I was complaining at him when he was scoring because I like more rounded players, but people are acting like his game's changed. It never did. This has been him from day one. People are acting like he had hold-up play. He's never had a hold-up play. So,
like, it's his play is all 18-yard box. You give him a chance in the 18-yard box, he'll finish it. I don't think I agree with the Ozil point. Like the Ozil had like a mysterious back injury for like 6 months. Like,
we knew that was fake though. That was fake.
Like, I don't know, man. I get the comparison, but maybe last year that would have stood more true. Like this season, 100%. I don't see it.
We got Wild saying Gabriel needs to run to Turkey. I heard many has a connection. Listen, we got the packs in the building saying ole ole ole. Yeah, man, Ole's gone still. I was crying in that. Big up Jesse in the building saying big up RBT shipping 4 goals. Love to see it. The Spurs fan back in the building, man, like Jesse, you know. With Conte and all that. It's nice, so happy in there. Big up like saying Barca has no paper to chase. Yeah, Barca got to pick their targets carefully. So I saw that they're looking at Sterling. Interesting one. Guy was saying Mbappe to pull money to PSG. And Mbappe ain't going Liverpool, man. Liverpool ain't spending that money on him, even if it's on a free. Big up Odes in the building saying, I think Alba is just not good enough. Goals covered his lack of ability. Hey, goals hide a lot of things. I can't lie. Still,
John, how did you think the game went?
boy, I mean, listen, we did defend well. I'm not gonna deny that. I did think Ben White played well. Like you said, individuals, matchups, defensively, I think we did good. My problem was I could see I saw we were playing two in the middle, because as much as Lacazette tries to drop deep, he's still not naturally inclined to be a number 10 or even a midfield and pick up those positions you need to be in. So once I saw that, I said, okay, how are we going to get out? So once Liverpool woke up, they realized because that's another thing that we have to remember. I feel like in this modern day, players listen to the manager to a T. So the Arsenal players, once Lukonga's making those 2 or 3 mistakes at the start of the second half, someone should have been saying, yo, guys, we can't play out from the back. Let's just kick it long. But nowadays it's let's keep trying. Let's redo the same thing. And then once Jota scored the goal, and it's also the way he scored it. The way he sat 2 man down, it just felt like the game was over then and then. Like this, and so I was just personally upset by the fact that I felt like we came in with a plan of contain, and never adapted once we went 1-0 down.
But don't you think they mixed up the playing out from the back and all that in the first half? They was mixing it up quite well at first, because they wasn't always playing it out from the back. They was hitting it long a few times as well and spreading the play.
That's what I'm saying. But we did that when Liverpool weren't pressing us as much. Once Liverpool started pressing us more, we should have been switching up even more. But we didn't. So like you guys all said, Liverpool was setting up traps, literally saying, let's see if they actually try and do it again. Oh, yeah, they are. Let's get the ball back again. Do you know what I'm saying? And so that was my only issue with it. And obviously, like 4-0 losses, I don't know if I can ever be comfortable with it. So, but hey,
no, I'm personally not comfortable with it.
Comfortable with it. It's just
with the manager, but with the manager that you definitely don't believe in the manager, right? I don't understand why you thought we could get something like this game.
No, I mean I said we would lose, but
okay.
Yeah,
I thought we would win.
I didn't think 4-0, but yeah. Listen, man, I'm down in the dumps right now, man. I switched to Man United and then they became crap. So
you came back.
I ain't back. I'm not back. I'm with City now, innit? I'm with City.
So you get, man.
Hey, listen, it's not good still. But listen, obviously, I know Grizz, you got to shoot off in a sec. Your big 6 coming up tonight. Obviously, everyone go check that out on Turkish's channel and go subscribe to Grizz. So I guess
Liverpool player ratings.
What's gone?
Liverpool player ratings only today. Liverpool.
Yeah, let's do it. Go on.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Cool. I'll start with you then, Alisson.
Didn't have much to do, but his footwork is so good. You got to give him an 8. Do you know what I mean? He didn't have to save, but his distribution is too beautiful. You've got to give him an 8. Do you get what I'm saying?
He made that one very good save from Oba.
I was gonna say he did. He made.
Oh
that
yes.
Very good save.
Yeah.
That could have changed the game as well. Big facts. Yeah. He's got to hold at 8, man. He's got to hold at 8.
All right. Rash, Trent.
Trent was a 9 for me.
Yeah.
Nothing more to say. He had a brilliant game, bro. That guy just keeps showing why he's world class. Like he's up knocking on the world class. I know. I almost slipped out, innit? Knocking on the world class.
You don't think he's there?
You know what I'm trying to say? Sure. Huh?
You don't think he's there already?
I think he might be there.
I think he needs to look. At the end of the day,
he's been there to me.
Part of being world class is being consistent and having the right attitude. And I feel like there was big portions of last season and maybe even the beginning of this season where he kind of just said, you know what, F that. Do you know what I mean? But then he's got it back and his ability is shining through. He can put the ball anywhere he wants. He can score goals. He runs the lines. He's even working better in his defending as well. Like I think he's been really brilliant for the last few games like this season, man. I think he's just been out of his shell. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Look, can I just say, attacking wise, Trent is world class. But as a whole, as a right back, is he world class though? Really?
Yes. What right back position isn't what it used to be.
But he can't defend. He can't. Well, I'm not saying he can't defend. That's a lie.
I don't think he can't defend.
He's getting better. He's getting much better at that.
Okay, fair.
His positional play and reading the game is getting a lot better.
Let me ask you, man. So I was just gonna say, do you man think Cancelo's world class?
He's right there. To me, he was great at Juve and he's great at City. So
yeah, because he's worse defensively than Trent.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what is one thing about Trent? Because I've got to run people. One thing about Trent, what I always say, is people forget. He's only 22 still.
That's right.
Yeah, you know he's been around ages. People forget how old he is. He's a kid, right? Yep. Secondly, he started playing right back when he was 17 only. All through his career, schoolboy, reserve football, he was an attacking midfielder. People were talking about him in the reserves in Liverpool when he was a kid. He's attacking midfielder. He's going to be the new Gerrard. Then one coach, the name's gone. We got him from Spurs. The Spurs.
But Grizz, can you get back into playing midfield or attacking midfield? In your opinion,
no. Can
he do that?
Because when you're this good, why you change? When you're world class? Because I know you don't think he's world class, but I think the rest of the brothers think he's world class. And if you don't know, if he was any other nationality, he'd be one of the first picks because they look at ball first. They don't look at They don't look at his weaknesses and highlight them and say what he can't do. Yeah. You glorify what he can do, and he can do the business. Yeah. Like remember okay, I'm showing my age, but man like Cafu was showing us how to play that attacking wing back role. In a 4. Flawless. Dani Alves then took it to another level. So I'm not even saying, first and foremost, before people start saying,
I get you.
Dani Alves is still Dani Alves was still the king of attacking fullbacks, in my opinion. So Trent can reach those levels. I'm not saying he's supposed. Dani Alves was sick, But did anyone ever doubt Dani Alves? Did anyone, pundits and all these people, talk about Dani Alves' defensive skills? No, he wasn't great defensively. Sometimes he never even felt like defending. Sometimes we see Trent not feel like defending because they're so good. They know. Sometimes they smell themselves, and he's got a bit of that. He's got a bit of that because he's young. He's young. He's young. He's got success early, but that will be beaten out of him from Klopp. Klopp's got him. He's a smart kid. He's not one of these that's all over social media. You don't see him in pictures and parties and raves and clubs. He's got a good family around him, and he's allowed to just smell himself a little bit because he's so good. But that's what I'm saying. He's only been playing fullback for a few years. Peak defenders. Look at the brothers we've mentioned. Let's name a great defender and tell me when they peaked. All these guys peaked when they're 28, 27, 28, 29. Ashley Cole. All these players peaked when they're 27. This guy's got 5-6 years to reach that level. Look at the levels he's already pursuing. 51 assists. 51 assists already. He's got 9 assists and a goal in his last 6 games.
It's a joke, man.
Been playing crazy. Crazy.
I mean, and he's been and his face. Look, people just remember the time Rashford done him. The time Leroy Sané done him. These are great players. You can do a player. We've all been there. We can have a bad day when we're up against a fast, tricky winger. He will do us at some stage. It's not a biggie. It's not a biggie. It's not a biggie. I mean, love, man. I need to jet, man. It's been a pleasure to you. I mean, invite me on again, brother. I'll be humbled, man. Invite me again. I'll be on any time. Pick up all of yourselves, man.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, but my thing still stands. My thing still stands, man. To me, attacking wise, undoubtedly one of the best right now. Even better than your wingers, bro. Even better than your fucking midfielders. I think he's passing. He's probably top 3 passing in the Prem, top 5 passing in Europe. Let's be real,
No doubt about it.
I'm not doubting his attacking attributes. I'm saying his whole round game because he mentioned Dani Alves and Cafu. They both defended really well. Like those games where Dani Alves had Ronaldo in his pocket won the game, and everyone was like, "Oh, that was sick in the Barca versus Real Madrid games." And we were all watching that. We all watched those highlights.
He had him defending. Alves wasn't a good defender until he got to Juve.
But if you're defending against Ronaldo, shouldn't that say something about you? If you're doing so well doing that, do you know what I mean?
No, but that's a team thing. Like teams would gang up on Ronaldo. So even if you go past Dani Alves, there's Puyol to get past. So
Yeah,
I don't
true.
know. Trent, I don't know. Like, all right, put it this way: do you like that Kyle Walker?
Kyle Walker, yeah.
Do you think he's a really good defender?
I think he's a good defender. I don't think he's a great defender. I think he's a good defender.
I'm going to ask you a better question.
Don't
how
walk down
many
this path.
how many fullbacks are good defensively?
How many fullbacks?
Yeah, now, off the top of your head, just name 3.
Lamptey's good. Lamptey's good. Defensive wise, James from
Tariq
Lamptey, yeah.
No, he's an enigma. He's great going forward.
Yeah,
he's decent defensively. He's not bad.
Okay.
Reece James is maybe the same, but it's your opinion.
Yeah.
You said Lamptey and James. Who else?
Yeah. Lamptey, James. What's that? Right back from Real Madrid. What's his name? What's his name? I like him defensive. No, he's not. I know he's more of a winger for PSG. But even is it Ham? What's his name?
Hakimi.
He's very good defensively as well. I've seen him make a few tackles, especially that game where Bessie finally scored. So I see people defending. I'm not saying Trent not defend, by the way. I'm not saying he's dead because he's good defensively, but he does get caught out, and I have to call it up.
Do you know why I said that? Because everything you said is exactly what every other right back does. Like, even for you mentioning Lamptey, it's your opinion, of course, but Lamptey and Reece James, like Lamptey especially, we've only seen 6 months of Lamptey. Lamptey's been injured for a year, near enough, with this hamstring problem. Though he has great signs of attacking wise again, and defensively he looks okay. Like he's not bad defensively, but the game is elevated. Reece James is the same. He's not amazing defensively. Tierney was pulling his pants down when we beat Chelsea last year. Like he was literally pulling his pants down. His pants were by his ankles.
It's about time Tierney pulls someone else's pants down other than his pants getting pulled down. But yeah, go on.
But there's that, and then if you mentioned Carvajal, Hakimi is another one where he's not really a right back. He's right wing back.
Yeah.
So. If look at the company that Trent is in, if you're saying that who's a better defender, Trent is as good a defender as Hakimi. Hakimi might be the best right back in the world, and that's because the game's changed. It's not. Otherwise, Aaron Wan-Bissaka would be good. We don't care about Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I'm saying that though.
It's a good point. So my point is, as I said in the beginning, no one can touch Trent. Attacking wise, passing wise, he's in Europe, top 5, in the Prem, top 3. Yeah, we'll argue that in a different one because you've got Kevin De Bruyne and everyone else there. Yeah, I just want the whole picture. But I understand that the people that are defending are also doing obviously a bit of their attacking, and the game's changed. The pressing game's come in now, so your wing backs have to do double the job as well as your attackers has to do double the job as well from the top. Look at how Salah and Jota and Mane broke us down how many times. You know what I'm saying? So everyone doing double the job. I would argue that Mane is a better tackler than Trent, but at the end of the day, I understand where he's got coming from.
See that's one of them wild ones just to say. You don't even believe that.
Nah, because you know what it is. I think with modern day fullbacks, one social media obviously plays a part. Because obviously, if you get ripped now, even if you get ripped once in 90 minutes, you've now been ripped for the whole game. You can have the guy in your pocket for 89 minutes. You get ripped once, you've been ripped the whole 90. Also, I think because wingers now, they don't take on their fullbacks on as much as before. Fullbacks are not actually as equipped to deal with it because they're almost caught by surprise when someone actually takes them on. So let's face it, what's wingers actually, when they see a man, they will say, I'm going to take you on one-on-one. That's why everyone loves saying Maximum on Newcastle.
Yeah, a few. That's it.
That's why everyone loves him. He actually takes people on. Other than that, it's inside, pass, that's it.
That's the same. And we look at Sterling, Sterling is probably one of the best wingers in the Prem, regardless of how you feel, But he doesn't take people on like that. There's no need. Why do I need to? I can beat you in movement.
Exactly. That's what it is now. It's pass, move, create space, create angles.
It's a technical game, man.
A different game.
It's a technical game.
Even Trent, his responsibilities, we can say he doesn't defend. He doesn't have to. I've got Fabinho. I've got
I was going to say
Henderson.
that.
I've
I
got
was going to say
whoever.
that. I was going to say that.
I've got Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah. I was going
And
to say that.
can
I
I
was going to
just-
say that. There's no point him defending when you've got a midfield of Henderson, Thiago, and Fabinho.
I'm not asking.
No, but this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the thing. It's not even the fact where he's probably making that decision. That's
It's
probably
Klopp.
coming from Klopp as well. He's saying,
Exactly.
bro,
Yeah.
you don't even need to. These men are here sitting in the fence. You got these
Yeah.
guys behind you, bro. You're free, roll up this ring. Do what you do as you please. And if you get tired, walk back. It's up to you. I can
And that's
imagine
why
him
he's-
saying, don't worry, you got
That's
it.
exactly why he's top 2 to me. Like it's Hakimi, then it's him, and Hakimi is by a hair. It's not by much. Like
What makes
it's
Hakimi better? What makes Hakimi better for you?
It's just
Boss.
the attack and runs is out of this world. Like, and he's a engine. Like he's up and down all game.
Yeah.
A powerful player, bro.
They've got different traits. Hakimi's mad quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
he gets into more
emphatic as well,
goal-scoring
bro. Like,
positions. Yeah.
can't really get
His-
him off the ball, bro.
It's a hair though. Like when I say it's literally a hair.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like
Trent on the
modern
ball is
fullback.
mad. Trent
Yeah,
on the
like
ball
Trent.
is crazy.
Trent's passing. I say it it's maybe Thiago, KDB. Those are the 2 better passers than him, to me, in the league.
Yeah.
And Pogba when he decides to turn up.
Yeah, Pogba still fails better passing than Trent as well.
Pogba's passing when he wants to. Hey, Pogba's passing is probably the best when he wants to, but he doesn't show it enough. Like he'll do it 1 minute, then he won't.
Yeah,
So
fair enough.
that's why I'll put him fourth for passing.
Big
So,
up Scroll in the building saying, "Ha, Hakimi, no, please, man. Trent is getting disrespected.
He doesn't
Bring me
even.
on now. This Hakimi one can't slide. Fam, what's wrong with Hakimi?
No. What's wrong with saying someone's the second best?
Trust me.
Like
You just
if that is disrespect, then I don't know what to tell you. Lamps. That's lamps, isn't it?
Why else say understand Trent only gets caught out because they target his side, and the reason they target that side is because the LFP system is to push the right back all the way out because he's world class passer. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Here's the thing you guys don't talk about when Trent has players in his back pocket. You only highlight the 1 or 2 times he gets done. Plus, he's in the system. That's very true.
That's the thing. No one does that. John, no one does that. No one does that in the show. You've never seen me. Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm his biggest critic, but you've never seen me saying he's dead at defense and not credit everything else he does right. We've always bigged down. We've never. My thing's always been, but defense. Like that's always the thing. Everyone's getting. The comments is they're getting into their feelings a bit too much because we know what he's like. Like no one's saying that he's dead. I've said he's world class attacking wise, but not defensively, and I'm allowed to say that. You get it?
100%, 100%. Like, and you've been consistent with your opinion. Anyone that looks back you said that from the beginning. So, yeah, man. But listen, people, an hour in, about 15 to go. Smash the like, subscribe if you're new. Listen, joysticks goes. We're gonna have this Hakimi argument another time. I can't lie.
Lamps, we can do it whenever you want. Whenever
you want, we could have
3 a.m., 2 a.m., 7 p.m., 11 a.m. Whenever you want to have it, we can do it.
Obviously, Jeff is down, Jalil's down. We can have this one. Just let's not bring up Wan-Bissaka again. Well, actually, we're about to bring up Wan-Bissaka because we're about to start talking about United. Obviously, United got pammed by Watford 4-1. I can't believe what I saw, to be fair, on Saturday. Like, Dennis from Watford looked like if you didn't know football, you'd probably think there's no player ever better than him because he was unreal that game. Sissoko in the middle ran the show. Harry Maguire, 1 minute, he's pointing fingers at doing his fingers against Albania, and next minute he's getting red carded. Listen, it's all a bit mad. Van der Beek comes on. I think Rash had connection issues. Yeah, he froze. Van der Beek comes on, scores the last goal on the Ole. Bruno's doing a madness. Fam, the whole thing was a shambles. Like, and Ole's gone. Ole's been sacked. Man was crying on his exit interview. It was kind of sad to see. I can't lie. Maybe that's what the outsiders looked at when Wenger left. Actually, let me take that back. Let me not put Ole Wenger in the same thing again. Even though Wenger's a fraud, I ain't gonna do that to him. But Yeah, I don't know about that. Jalil. Jalil. Let's get on Wenger today. Jalil. Ole's out. They're talking about Poch coming in, Zidane going PSG. Is that the upgrade United need? Are United fixable? Because they look bad on Saturday.
Are they fixable? That's a very good question. My answer is yes. With the players and talents they got, 100%. I do feel like there's a few gaps missing, but yeah, Oli, yeah. I'll be honest with you. I was with you. I think it was a bit sad to see him leave like that. I see him after the game going over to the fans while everyone was clapping, and then they were all telling him to F off and stuff. Do you know what I mean? They were all swearing at him, get off, and then Bruno. You saw Bruno saying it's not just him, it's all of us. Like it's a team thing, which is a bit scary if you say it's not Oli, it's a team thing, which means the players ain't up for it. You get it? So that's a bit scary if I'm a Man United fan to say it's not him, it's all of us.
Do you know what's funny about that? Is that I believe that it was him, and I think he's just being honest. He's like, yeah, listen, it's not him, it's us. We're not playing for him. Don't cuss him. It's us. We're trying to get him fired, bruv. Just stop booing my man. He's trying, but we just don't want to play. So it's us. Blame us. It's us who did this, and I'm sure they're taking their fair share of the credit of him getting sacked too.
That's what it looked like to me. Come on, man. Rash, come on. What was Bruno doing there,
bro? Bruno's a madman because Bruno's a madman, yeah. Because he always looks like he's gonna cry, yeah, all the time. It's an emotional wreck, yeah, all the time, But I don't know because he played crap.
Yes,
he played rubbish, yeah. And okay, he's saying that.
Was Rash frozen
again?
God, that was a mad one.
I actually wanted to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, he was flowing there still.
But anyway, I'll finish off what I was saying before you jump.
Finish off Rash's point still. Wait, is he back?
Are you actually back? Do you want to finish off what you're saying before I go?
I'm back, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, you're back. That was nice.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to say like he didn't really put in a good performance. He hasn't been for a little while. His shots was way off, his passing was off, his energy was low. He's a weird one because we all know he can turn it on or be the man that United need him to be. But even him, Ronaldo, all the ones who you kind of trusted to kind of do go above and beyond just to make sure that United get a point, they're saying no. They're saying, look, they've made their comments in the media, what they think about the training sessions, what they think about going on the pitch and not really having a clue what to do. So it's clear what that team was trying to do out on the pitch. There was like, we're not trying to lose, but we're not trying to win, and that's what it looked like.
Exactly that. It's like it's not that we're doing it on purpose, but we ain't putting everything in, like deep down. So. But yeah, man, Jalil, go on, finish your point. But what were you saying, United?
I can, yeah. All right, cheers. What was I?
I don't know why I was saying you're a United fan, bro.
Am I? You think I'll ever be a United fan with Oli as my manager? I'll do a John and move to the other team. Are you mad? Move to the other side of Manchester, go to City or something. What Rash said is correct, man. It was a bit crazy, unfortunately, especially that game with Watford, man. Because even when we played Watford, we could see that they're kind of a decent team, but they're not all that to get. We only beat 1-0 and that, but we can see that they're lacking stuff, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? So to see United get like 1-4-1, then like regardless of whether we lost or won this weekend, my weekend was made to get it. I know they played off. I was gassed. I was happy, bro. I mean, before I was happy. But anyway, man, United, are they fixable? Back to your question. Yes, they are fixable, man. Poch can come in and do the business. Zidane can come in and do the business. I heard that Carrick is stepping up to cover until they get a replacement. But for me, it's like that Spider-Man meme. You take off the mask and it's the same Spider-Man, and when they're all pointing into each other, do you get it? You know what I'm saying? Carrick is there.
You just mix up two memes together. Oh, you're sick.
Those Spider-Man
That's what
ones.
you were saying. No,
I get what
it's
he's
a Scooby Doo
saying.
one. You mixed a Scooby Doo one with the
Oh,
Spider-Man.
yeah,
Yeah.
No, but they did it for the Spider-Man one, so I'll go back to that one. But yeah, maybe I got it wrong. But yeah, no, I just feel like if Carrick was get there, Carrick would have said, boom, do this, do that, change it about, and do the business. For me, we're going to see the same United. I know they're playing tomorrow night, right? Tomorrow night they're playing Champions League, so it's quite a big game for them as well. And to sack a manager just before then, they'll win. They'll probably win that because they're all going to be playing individually and doing the business and that. But for me, it was a bit too late. Like they should have sacked Oli ages ago, a while ago. You know, we can see that you can see that there was something that's not wrong. You know, Van der Beek off coming off the bench look like a new signing. Look like they just signed him yesterday. Like man's coming up doing the business. I was always thinking, who's that kid on the bench just chilling? One of the ball boys or something, one of the kit men. I didn't know he paid for United. I didn't know he paid for United. What's going on here? Yeah, it's a bit mad, but all in all, there's not much to say, man. It was crazy to watch. I enjoyed that game personally from an Arsenal point of view, but yeah, back to your question, they can be fixed. They can be fixed.
Yeah, I mean, Pochettino looks like he's going to be the man. I think he's been twerking for United for a minute. So he's going to be very happy to be there. It'll be interesting to see what he does with the team, actually, because he does like his young players. So I don't know where Ronaldo fits into that. So, yeah, Rash, like, some people, trying to deflect away from Oli. Some people are blaming Ronaldo. Some people saying that the trouble started when he came. I think we all knew it started before that. We saw that way earlier. So, like, where are you with this whole Ole finally being gone thing?
Listen, I'm with the signing of Steve Bruce. Let's get it in. Bruce, get it over the line at United. Let's have it. Yeah, that's where I am. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm fully on this Steve Bruce thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but no, like look, it was well overdue. It was always gonna happen. It happened like later than I thought, than all of us thought. But you know, I guess Man United realized that if they leave it any longer, they're not gonna be able to replace this guy because they missed so many windows of opportunities to get some great managers in over the last 3. And I think they were just saying, look, if we leave it again, we're going to lose out probably on about 5 managers that are currently or could be available to us. We got to do something now. And with the stats showing what they are, and United showing that they're not really creating anything, they're not looking to adapt any type of style. It's not entertaining football to watch. The defense is a joke. Like, defense is a joke. What happened to Shaw, bruv? We were saying that he's one of the best. What happened, bruv?
So I'm never entertaining that Shaw guy, man.
You know what I'm saying?
His career is Jekyll and Hyde.
I have no idea how you can do that. The man there like me when I come back from 5 years out of football, yeah.
Anyway, Jalil, that was you and Luke Shaw.
That was Jalil.
It was Jalil.
Jalil all up on Shaw.
I was
him like that.
Let me defend my comments, man. Let me defend my comments because towards the end of the season, I think he was all right. I think he was in the business playing about for United. They got top 4 with him, doing well with a lot of assists and that. Started off okay, pretty well, you know, assisting Ronaldo and a few first of his goals and stuff. And in the Euros, he was doing the business as well in the summer. Unfortunately, he fell off, man, and that happens. And we all know that for sure. Like, we're not gonna all sit here and be like, Aubameyang's dead, he's washed now. You know, why would we big him up? We know he's a prolific goal scorer when he can do the business. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, yeah, that's the funny thing is.
That's my stance in it.
That's the funny thing is, yeah. You see, Jay's a very nice individual, and he sees the best in most people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And when you see a player like Shaw, who at first we saw as a player that had potential, great potential because he was playing good football at a young age, and then you see him go through his stage of, you know what I mean? And we thought maybe Jose broke him. You know what I'm trying to say? He's broken, got fixed, and then he's playing some good football, but that should not cloud your judgment to the fact where man's just got so much faith in this done, because this guy, I've seen more bad games out of him than I have good in his whole career.
That's true.
Yeah.
My problem with Shaw is it's not even him. Like, because we know he's a good left back. His mentality is a sham. It's these new age footballers.
That's
man.
right. He loses his head. And the thing is, yeah, like he's not 100% to blame because the man standing next to him is awful. Yeah. Just like he's awful.
I didn't see that one coming. I don't know why.
No, seriously, because if you look at the behavior of Shaw recently, it's because of that guy behind next to him. I'm telling you, it's his fault. Yeah, and do you know what was so good? I was watching the build-up of the United game or something like that, and someone highlighted the fact that Maguire would pull so far to the right-hand side, Shaw won't know what to do. He's like, there's my man there, but there's my man here. Your guy is here, and then there's this guy here. So what do? I can't have him go through the middle, but might as well take my chances with them go. You know what I mean? But the back guy. But that's where they always can keep losing out. And it's like every manager has seen that is an issue because it's the repeat offenders doing the same thing. Those two, bruv. Like Maguire, cause like he is amazing. Like that transformation from Maguire having a solid internationals and might be seeing Maguire of Leicester days and all that stuff. To this is terrible. This is terrible, bro. It's terrible football, terrible defending, like terrible, bro. Why did he even do that? You see when he got sent off, why did he do that? Why did he have the ball and could play? But
he's the only one who can answer.
Let me try and beat cleverly. He's faster than me, nimbler than me, smaller than me. Why am I going to do that? Why am I going to try and get in a foot race? I'm going to kick it a yard ahead of both of us and think I'm going to win. It's not going to work. Yeah, and the tackle on top of that was just, bruv, his head is in grease. His head's in grease.
Yeah, his head's in grease.
Yeah,
that case is still outstanding as well. So, well, big on Maguire, and like he's the
men are doing it for the rest of the Prem. I love that guy.
Boy.
Worst thing is he still ain't dead. Like he's just average. Like I guess why we look at him as worse is because of the money spent,
of course,
and because Liverpool got Van Dijk.
And I don't want no one to forget that. I don't want no one to forget that as well, because every 5 minutes I'm hearing about Pepe 70 million. Bruv, we know we got bumped. Stop bringing it up. Arsenal said we got bumped. So why are we talking about it? You guys think you lot got a good deal for Mags? He's shit. I don't care what you're saying, Jeff.
Oh man,
Maguire's bad, Jeff. I know you think
no, because bad is tight as Bramble. Like that's bad. Let's put
that's
sorry, Titus. You retired a long time ago. You were club captain 3 times too. But let's call it what it is, man. You weren't good. Sorry. But Maguire is just average. Like that's what it is. Like I said this with a few weeks. He's dunk to me. Like you're good at maybe a Leicester level, or someone at that level. But what Man United comes with, and you are the leader. You're essentially the leader of that back five. That's your responsibility, especially with Varane coming in. We know Varane is Varane, but he's still a second centre back. That's what he's been his whole career. And until he's comfortable, it's going to be the same way. Like Maguire's going to have to lead this, and he's just not leading it well, man. It's a bad bit of form. That's just what it is. And unfortunately, until he eats bench and they buy another centre back, it's going to be like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 100%. And listen, before we wrap up, I guess I just want a quick yes or no. If it's Pochettino, is he going to be a success at Man United, Jalil? Yes or no?
Yes.
Rash?
Eventually.
Okay. And Jeff? Also, when we say success, are we meaning league title for United?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, what do you mean?
That's what I'm taking.
Better than Oli? Better than Oli?
No, Oli finished second, you know.
So, I guess we've got to look at how many years he potentially will get. He'll get 3 years, a contract of 3 years. So you say about 3 years, and he'll be assessed after a year and a half. Could he get something in that time? Could get FA Cup. Could get a cup. Should be able to get a kind of cup. So for them, that's kind of success because that's building. That's a step in the ladder. That makes sense. I'm going to stick with yes, man.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yes. Would you know, Rash?
Yeah. I reckon he could. I reckon he's got the players around him, and he's a real manager, so he should be able to lead that group of players to some sort of silverware.
That's a good point. Jeff?
I'm just gonna say, my answer to this question is not really an answer. I'm just warning you guys. Man United are going to go through a stage where they don't win a league title for 15 to 20 years. The ninth is going to be the 9th year.
They're almost 9 years in, though.
Yeah, it's almost 9 years.
It's just their turn, man. That's all. Like, that's all I want to say. Like, if you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying. It's their turn. It's their turn.
Yeah, if you don't get it, you don't get it. But if you get it, you get it.
It's true, yeah. I mean, Arsenal, we're 17 years in.
Bro, we're still, I said this before, we're still 10 years off. Like, it's just our time. I'm sorry. It's the way it goes.
It's true. Cycles. One in a row, one. But, yeah, man. All right, to end off the show, been a brilliant show. Obviously, people smash the likes, subscribe if you're new, share on your social medias, etc. To end it, we're going to end it with our man of the weekend and fraud of the weekend. So, Jalil, starting off with you, who's your man of the weekend and who's your fraud of the weekend?
Well, it's easy. It's easy to do the fraud. It's easy, very easy. Man like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Unfortunately, it's got to be him.
I'm going to pick it in.
Man of the weekend, Vieira. What he's done to that Palace team, you can only dream, man. It's early days, but if you're going to give it to someone who's been consistent, because he's been so consistent, you've got to give it to him and the squad. So I'm going to go Vieira.
Okay, so Jalil's man of the weekend is Vieira, and his fraud of the weekend is Ole. Rash, who's your man of the weekend? Who's your fraud of the weekend?
My man of the weekend is Steven Gerrard.
Yeah,
I think he done well. His first game in charge at Villa. Managed to, keep it 0-0, keep the game tight, and then managed to get the 2 goals in the last few. I think it was a good performance, and he got off to a good start. So well done for you, Stevie G.
Yeah.
And fraud of the weekend is Bruno Fernandes.
Good shout.
Stop lying to us. We don't believe you. Yeah, stop lying.
Good shout. Right, so Rash has got man of the weekend as Stevie G, and then fraud Bruno Fernandes. Jeff, what you got?
Man of the weekend, I'll give Conte it. Yes, we don't like Spurs. It's shit, Spurs. But yeah, he won his first game from 1-0 down. Got that place rocking a bit. Fraud of the weekend.
No contenders.
Yeah, there's a lot. Actually, I'm not going to give it to Ole. I'm going to leave Ole alone. Harry Maguire. I think it's maybe your 4th time on here that I've given it to you. And lo and behold, you're here again.
In a row. I think it's in a row for you, Jeff,
Yeah, it probably is. That man there, you are showing us how not to lead a defense. And the reason I'm giving him fraud of the week is because he did this when he scored.
Yeah, that's
shameful.
And that's why I'm giving him my fraud of the weekend for that exact same. You can't do that in the next game after you do this.
Bro, don't do that against Albania. What are you doing, bro? Like, come on. No disrespect to Albania, but bro, Albania.
Yeah, 100%, man. Maguire's my fraud of the weekend too. I agree with you, Jeff. And my man of the weekend, I might give it to Dean Smith, man. When you win with Norwich, you should be probably, that's an achievement.
He's got stuff to pay for. He didn't even let himself take a break. He just came straight back. Bro, he took any job.
The man got bills, cuz. The man got bills. He got bills. 8 days later and against your old club. What you saying? Yeah, I'm down.
Oh, he's a madman. Like, salute to him. Norwich is still going to get relegated in superb style.
He don't care, bro.
Yeah, he doesn't mind. Respect to Dean Smith.
He's going to join the championship next year.
Money have to make.
Yeah, money have to make. Boy.
Listen, yeah, man, that's our man and fools of the weekend. Big up everyone still in the chat. Six of you. Much love to each and every single one of you. Smash the likes. We're gonna end off now as we usually do with a few final words from Rash, and then we're gonna call it an evening. Go on, Rash.
Yeah, so because of the international break and everything like that, it's been a long time. I wanted to say something regarding two situations, but we haven't been here. So now I'm here. I'm just going to say it regardless. With all the madness and hate and evil that's going on in the world, I'm not going to dig into it, even though I had pages and pages to give you guys information on today. I'm not going to go that deep into that, but rather I'm going to focus on the good in the world, the heroes of the world, the people who put people before themselves, who put their lives at risk. I want to give a big shout out to a man like David Perry. He's a 45-year-old cab driver. He's married, got two kids, and he was driving. And then someone who's got mental issues. I think he was born in Iraq or something like that. But he had mental issues, and he's in the back seat, and he's got a bomb, and he's about to blow up the maternity ward or the memorial, war memorial over in a woman's hospital. That was his intention. But a man like David said, "Nah, we're not doing that." And he locked himself inside the car. And then when it detonated off, I think he then jumped out afterwards, and then he escaped the blaze with only some minor, few
Injuries.
degrees burns and a few injuries
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But what he potentially did, he stopped a serious catastrophe that was right in front of the maternity ward. It wouldn't have just been taking away people's lives, but people who are yet to be born. You know what I'm trying to say? That man is a hero and he should be known. His name should be known. His name is David Perry. Remember this guy. The next person who I'm going to quickly talk about is another person who's very selfless, and this person was so selfless that he paid with it by with his own life. Okay, his name is Ali Abukar Ali. He's 20 years old. Okay, and he was stabbed to death as he tried to stop a woman, an 82-year-old woman named Betty Welsh. She was getting attacked by a man named Norris with a knife, and she actually did get stabbed,
She did.
but Ali got involved and prevented it from getting worse, but ended up succumbing to his injuries and he passed away. We ask for these sort of people to be remembered and their names to be remembered and to be mentioned, because too many times good happens and people do good things and no one hears about it. So a man like Ali, we ask Allah to accept you as a shaheed and enter you into paradise and forgive you for your sins and your shortcomings and bless your family with patience. And for a man like David, we commend you. You're a true hero in these days and times. We salute you here at RBT.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Great words. I think you know what, like you said, there's so much negativity around now that sometimes it is just good to hear, some good or positive things being done. So obviously, big up David. Obviously, the Ali one, unfortunately, it's had a very very sad ending.
Mm.
But what Ali did won't be forgotten. And he went down like the man he was. Like he stood, he stood for something. So big up to Ali, man. Rest in peace, 100%.
That's right,
Um,
man. The
100%.
main thing is, look, these guys represent something that we hold firm, even in my religion. Okay, and it is we say the highest of faith, but we can say even the highest of humanity. Yeah, it's
Mm,
someone who, when they see an oppression happen, something bad happening, the highest level that you can do is to stop something physically.
yeah.
The next level
Yes.
down is to say something verbally.
Yeah.
Stop it. You know, and the last level is, to hate what you're
Thinking.
seeing and hate what you see it in your heart. Do nothing, but you hate what you're seeing. These men, they demonstrated the highest level of
Yeah.
humanity, as far as I'm concerned. They
Yeah.
saw an oppression or wrong, and they did try to stop it physically. One of them paid with their own lives by doing it, and the other one nearly did. You know,
Yeah.
these are people that we should look to in life and say, do you know what? This is what it's about. That's what it's
Yeah.
about.
100%, man. And I'm glad we ended on that note. Very, very well said. And it's been brilliant to be back. It's been a great show. Obviously, 9 people still in the building. Big up each and every single one of
You.
you. Before you leave, smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe to Real Ball Talk. Big up Grizz earlier for joining us. We're going to be sharing some of the clips out. Big up each and every single one of the mandem. Obviously, as always, Jalil, Rash, Jeff. Um, And yeah, our 1 year is coming up very soon, so we've got something good lined up for you guys there. Should be fun. But until next time, we should be back on Wednesday with a debate show. So that should be good. But until then, people have a nice evening. 10 of you still in the building. Smash that like button before you leave. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back on Wednesday. Peace and love. Until then, peace.
Peace.
Salam.